Well, my name's Scott Ortman. I'm the Director of Research and Education here at Crow Canyon. That means that I supervise the folks that do our archaeological field work and laboratory work, and I also supervise our teachers that teach the public about archaeology, how we do it, and involve them in the work that we do. We're not a permanent curation facility, but we do store artifacts here. You can see them on the shelves behind you. These are artifacts that are from our current excavation projects. When we're finished with them and we're done with our reports, the collections go to the Anasazi Heritage Center. This is a room that we show people some of the exciting things that we find in the excavations that we do. On this wall over here, we have a bunch of vessels that date to, and other artifacts that date to the 9th century. They came out of a site called the Duckfoot site. It was built in the middle 800s. And what's interesting about this collection is that it seems to contain most of what the people that lived in this particular house used in their daily life. Most of the sites that we excavate have been cleaned out because the people that lived there moved to a new house close by, so they collected their things and moved them, the same way you would move your things today. The reason we think that this stuff was all left here is that the house burned down about 880 AD, and it burned during a time when the population of this area was declining. So we think that the inhabitants of this house burned their house and the things that they owned on purpose because they were planning to move a long distance away and couldn't take most of their stuff with them. So what's nice is you can look at this range of artifacts here and get a sense of the kinds of things that a Pueblo family of about 1,000 years ago or more would have used in their daily life. We have a sample of artifacts that we found at San Canyon Pueblo. This is a 13th century village that was, so it's about 500 years younger than the Duckfoot site that I was just talking about. What's exciting about these objects is that they were almost all found on the floors of houses that were lived in until the last Pueblo people to live in this area moved away, around 1280 AD. Now, we know that right about 1280 is when many thousands of people left this area because of something we call tree ring dating. One of the houses that we excavated at San Canyon Pueblo was constructed in 1252 AD. Now, the only way to get a more precise date on something like the construction of a house would be to find a coin that had a date stamped on it. We like to say that the archaeological record of the Mesa Verde region is probably the most precisely dated non-literate culture in the world. One thing that is really interesting about this style, though, is that it's almost all geometric. There's very little representational imagery, so images of plants and animals, scenes of people doing things. When I first started working in this part of the world, I wondered why the style was like this. There is weaving imagery behind most of the common patterns that you see on these vessels. This vessel right here has a pattern of thick and thin lines that are running parallel to the rim, just below the rim there. This is an image of a coiled basket from a cliff dwelling in the Mesa Verde area. Do you see how when it's finished there are these narrow dark spots between the broad light spots, the way the light plays off of that? What you can see is that that is reflected in this pattern, this framing pattern that's shown here. These thin little dark spots in between the broad light spots. So it's not just a copying of what a basket looks like, but it's the use of weaving imagery to imagine the pottery design. The history of innovations in weaving techniques, so weaving on looms or weaving different kinds of basketry, inspired innovations in the pottery style for many generations over many centuries.